Ushaji, let's start with the invocation prayers, please.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरं यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण भक्ता शिष्याश्च सेवकाः प्रेरणां प्राप्नुवन्तीह चिन्मयं तं वयं नुमः चिन्मयं तं वयं नुमः।
Hari Om. Let me just give a brief introduction of this Chinmaya Koti Nama Japa Yagna 2023-24. In order to commemorate the 108th birthday of Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, Chinmaya Mission Mumbai has embarked on the Chinmaya Koti Nama Japa Yagna under the guidance of Swami Satmanandji. This Yagna started on the 3rd August 2023, which is the Sadhana day, and will culminate on 8th May 2024, which is the Seva day and the 108th birthday of Puja Gurudev. The objective is to encourage chanting of the holy mantra Om Shri Chinmaya Sadguruve Namaha. That is 108 japas is equal to 1 mala, and share the number of malas chanted on the designated WhatsApp group. Collectively, the target is to achieve 108 japamalas, which is equivalent to 1,08,864 japas of the holy mantra. I am so glad to share that we have more than 450 sadhaks around the world who are part of this yagna now, supported ably by a team of 10 volunteers across the 3 groups and guided by Satmanandji. And with Puja Gurudev's grace, in just the last 60 days, we have already reached 60,000 japamalas. That is almost 60% of our target has already been achieved. And as a part of the yagna, we will have series of monthly online satsangs by various Swamijis and Brahmacharis and Brahmacharinis. And today, we are very fortunate to have Swami Advayananda to conduct this month's satsang. I call upon Srimati Sujata Murli to briefly introduce Swami Advayananda to us. Hari Om. Over to you, Sujata.
Hari Om and welcome, Swamiji. We're extremely delighted to have you with us for satsang today. I'll just take a minute to introduce Swamiji. Swami Advayananda Ji was inspired by the teachings of the visionary saint Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda and joined Sandipani Sadhanalaya, Mumbai, the Gurukul of Chinmaya Mission, at the age of 18. In 1992, on completing his Vedanta course at Sandipani, he was ordained into the dedicated spiritual life by Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda. Later, in 2003, he was initiated into the sacred order of Sannyasa by Puja Guruji Swami Tejomayananda. Presently, Swamiji is serving as the president of Chinmaya International Foundation and as a trustee of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. Swamiji has overseen a significant expansion in the research publications and home study courses of SIP. While he served the mission initially at their centers at Kodaikanal and Trichy, Swamiji took charge of spiritual and cultural education at the Chinmaya International Residential School, Coimbatore, in 1996. An accomplished teacher of Vedanta with many Gita and Upanishad Jnana Yagnas to his credit, Swamiji has authored several books and articles. He was also part of the team that researched and coordinated the Upanishad Ganga, a Doordarshan teleserial produced by Chinmaya Creations. Swamiji was the Acharya of the 15th Vedanta course at Sandipani Sadhanalaya, Mumbai. Over to you, Swamiji, now.
Hari Om, and thank you very much for this introduction detail. My most loving regards to each and everyone. Can you? Yes, thank you. Can I see some faces? Because to see the face and then speak, that will be more convenient and more welcome. Please see as many of you can put on your videos, that will be good. Yeah. We'll just start with a small prayer. Yeah. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The topic which we are going to discuss, probably let's say 45 minutes or so. Yeah, is that right? So, and then probably we'll open it also for some doubts or questions also. So the topic is the 3 yeses of spiritual life. 3 yeses. Some of you may also try to find out what was this 3 yeses which Swamiji is speaking about, and you may have your own probably some kind of expectation what could be the 3 yeses. Well, as the session goes, you will yourself also see whether you have guessed it rightly or not. Okay. So so the topic, yes, right? The 3 yeses of spiritual life. Now, before we enter into the 3 yeses, life, then you have spiritual life, right? And then you have the 3 yeses coming. So first, what is life? What is life? One may say life is happy, life is not so happy, life is mediocre, life is very, very interesting. Sometimes, they have this kind of some lines and all, very, very powerful or very, very interesting. What is life? Life is a challenge. Face it. Life is a game. Play it. Life is a joy. Lots of kind of, various expressions or various statements about life we find. But really speaking, what is life? What is life? Life is but a series of experiences. Right from the time we are born, up to the time probably when we are going to drop the body, which we call one life, right? So throughout this life, what are we? What is, we have a series of experiences that we go through. Now, as we go through these experiences, if we find our happiness is more, then we say it's a very happy life. And if joy is more, we say it's a joyful life. Find more and more difficulties in life, life is very taxing. So many experiences we can say, so many ways we can say about life, but the fact of life is that it is just but a series of experiences. In other words, experiences form the building block of life. I don't think this is very difficult for anyone to comprehend. Like a wall or a building is nothing but what? it's a bricks make the wall, bricks make the building, right? Essentially. So in the same way, experiences one after another join together, and we have a whole complete look at it, and then we call it as life. So actually what we are going through is experiences. But like how it's only brick, but from distance when you look at it, you give a title, you give a name, wall, building. Like that, when we look at our whole stream of experiences that we go through, then we call it as life. So that is life. Now, now we have spiritual life, right? Now when we say spiritual life, definitely material life. Now, what makes life spiritual? What makes life material? Life we all go through. Now we say the very materialistic life. It's a very spiritual life, very noble life. So many adjectives we give to life. So what makes something spiritual life? What makes it a material life? Just give a thought. What do you think? You just give a thought for yourself. What makes it spiritual life? What makes it? Why do we say something is spiritual life? And why do you say something is material life? Why? Why? We call it as material life if the goal is material. We call as spiritual life if the goal is spiritual. So what makes a material life, what makes a spiritual life is something very different, you see. Life is but a series of experiences. But when we say spiritual life, material life, it is not because the experiences are material or experiences are spiritual. Well, something becomes a material life, something becomes a spiritual life depending upon the goal that we have. Suppose a goal, and what is goal? Goal, I'm not talking of a goal of a particular action or anything like that. This is a very pervasive kind of change that goal brings to our experiences. Now, when you have a goal, let us say, what is a material goal? A material goal is like this: more and more objects, more and more. So objects means more and more objects means more and more pleasure, and more pleasure is happiness, fulfillment. Now that is material life. So when I say material life, when I say the goal is material life, my thinking is this process, and that will pervade all my experiences, all what I want to achieve, all that I want, what I think is good for me. So when I say material life, then material becomes the goal, objects become the goal. The word material is referring to objects of pleasure. Now, objects becomes more and more aggrandizement, more and more getting of it, more and more wealth. See, remember, wealth is not, nothing is the goal. It is not that the material person who has got a material, when I say material life, it is not that the person will have a lot of material. And when I say spiritual life, it doesn't mean the person will have a lot of, but the goal. If the goal is material, then the striving will be in a different direction. If the goal is spiritual, the striving will be in a different direction. So material life, then I go for more and more material objects, and then I go for more and more pleasure, and then I consider this pleasure, what I'm gaining is the true happiness, is the fulfillment. Now spiritual life. Now, what do you then mean with spiritual life? In spiritual life, I don't consider material objects as a sole purpose of life. Material objects may be there, it can be there, but my mind has a different goal. Material can be there, Objects can be there. But I consider, I know, I recognize, I see that the objects what I gain can only give me limited joy. Well, whatever is required, let them give me. Whatever is required for my life, let them be there. But my goal is higher. I look for higher things. I look for deeper things. I consider I have value for a deeper fulfillment. Now that is my goal. When my goal becomes deeper, when my goal becomes something higher, something larger than objects, then I consider happiness is there, fulfillment is there. So the goal, please see, what is life? Life is nothing but a series of experiences. What is spiritual life? Spiritual life or material life is a goal which I have, which impacts all the experiences, which impacts all the actions, which impacts all my considerations, which impacts all my thoughts. So a goal changes the perspective. The goal changes the perspective. And depending upon the goal, it is classified as material life or spiritual life. Now, ask such questions. What makes somebody choose a goal which because of which the life becomes material? What makes somebody choose a goal because of which the life becomes spiritual? That is because of the person's deep inner belief, conviction. Bhagavan Sri Krishna would say this beautifully. He would say, Yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. Yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. As per one's deep conviction. Shraddha, faith. What do you mean faith? The deep conviction. What is it I believe in? What is my faith in? Yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. If my conviction is material objects is going to give me happiness and fulfillment, then my goal will be material. If my conviction is, no, it cannot give me fulfillment, it can give me pleasure, it can give me some joy, but there is something higher and deeper to be gained for true happiness and true fulfillment. Now, if that is my conviction, so as per one's conviction, the goal, as per the goal, so the life. Okay? Now you can see what we started with life. Then we saw what was spiritual life or material life. Then we went to the question, what causes that kind of spiritual life, material life? Because of conviction. What causes the conviction now? What causes the conviction? Conviction causes goal. Goal causes a certain way of life. But what causes such a conviction? What causes the conviction is the nature of the mind one is endowed with. It is mind, the nature of the mind. From the nature of the mind springs a certain conviction. Nature of the mind. Each one's mind, munde matir binna, as it is said. Munde, head. Munde matir binna. Tunde ruchir binna. Tunda is mouth. Tunde ruchir binna. And our Guruji, Swami Tejamanji, he added very beautifully. Sunday gatir binna. Each Sunday where each one goes, gati hi binna, the way where one goes on a Sunday. Gatir binna. Right? So the mind, each one's mind, each one's propensities, each one's vasanas, tendencies, the way the mind is constructed, the way it thinks. So based on that, based on the mind, you have the goal. Based on the mind, you have the conviction. Bhagavan Sri Krishna would say like this, Satvanu Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata. Satvanu Rupa, Sattva means mind here. Satvanu Rupa, as per the mind. Sarvasya, Satvanu Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata, one's conviction would be there. So as per the mind, so the conviction. As per the conviction, so the goal. As per the goal, so the life. Can you all please say this once along with me? As per the mind, so the conviction. As per the conviction, so the goal. As per the goal, so the life. Okay? Now this is the connection. What we are seeing is, we are just seeing what is the spiritual life. What is life, spiritual? Now it's all depending upon the mind. So I can say now all of you who are present here, and all of you who are interested in these kind of things, these kind of discussions, these kind of thoughts, now your mind is very different from the materialistic mind. So you have got a spiritual mind, because of which there is a spiritual conviction, and because of a spiritual conviction there is a spiritual goal, and because of spiritual goal the life is spiritual. See, it's all like this. So somebody has got a now somebody has got a material mind, then what will happen? There will be a material conviction, and from the material conviction will come a material life. Okay? So this is something which we need to have a good understanding. Okay? Now that we know, now that why is my life spiritual? Because of my mind. Because so you have to, if you want to go back, why is my life spiritual? Because I got a spiritual goal. Why is my goal spiritual? Because I got a spiritual conviction. Why do I have a spiritual conviction? Because I got a spiritual mind. You see, it goes like that. Now that we have got such a mind, naturally there will be such a conviction, naturally there will be such a goal, and naturally there will be such a life. Now we want to be successful in this spiritual life. And therefore the question is, what is it? How should I construct my life? How should I construct my day? How should I construct my week? How should I construct my month? How should I construct my year? Meaning, how should I construct my life in such a manner that I'm able to fulfill my spiritual aspirations and reach that spiritual goal and find fulfillment? Because my mind is this, whereby Swami, then material mind means it will have material goals, then material, then spiritual mind, then both way also it can be there. No, my dear friend, you are better off. Let me tell you, you are better off. It is not that you have a choice and option. That is a erroneous thinking. Yes, material life can give material things, and material things can give a material pleasure, but that cannot be true happiness and true fulfillment. That is required for the daily sustenance and life. But to think that will give me all fulfillment and all happiness is a erroneous thinking. That is an immature thought. Bala, as the Upanishads will say. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya will say, Mudaha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna would say, Vimudaha. And Puja Gurudev, whenever he used to explain Vimudaha, he would say, those who have done doctorate in foolishness. So we are blessed, and we are lucky, we are fortunate. And the Upanishads would call us Dhanyaha, the blessed. Okay, let us walk the path. Now, what are the things I need to do to make it successful? And in that context, you have the 3 yeses. 3 yeses. If you have not thought what would be the 3 yeses, now just give a thought for a few seconds, just give a thought. What should be the 3 yeses which will constitute for success in the spiritual life? And now I'm addressing all people who are interested in spiritual life. My dear friends, my dear co-seekers, you please tell me, what would be the 3 yeses? If it is there, there will be spiritual accomplishment and spiritual fulfillment. And if it is not there, there cannot be spiritual success and spiritual fulfillment. What would be those three yeses? What are the inevitable yeses? What would be that? What do you think? Shall I say? Swamiji, only you have to say now, you are the one. Yes. What are the three yeses? Yes, one is sadhana. Okay? Sadhana. Yes, two would be Swadhyaya. Two. Yes, two. Yes, three, Seva. Okay? Now, what are the three S's? Now you know. Now the talk is going to explain all these things, but we should get this. What are the three S's? First one is sadhana. Second one, Swadhyaya. Third one, Seva. These three form the whole, I may say, if I can say, these three form the whole secret of spiritual success. Now, I won't say this is a secret of spiritual success. These are the ingredients of spiritual success. What is the secret for spiritual success? I'm not telling you now. This is the ingredients for spiritual life. You have all these three. Then you're walking the path to spiritual fulfillment. You're walking the path to the divine. You are sure you're walking the path. Sure. These three should be there. First one, sadhana. What is sadhana? Sadhana means, Swamiji, spiritual practice. Yes, you are right. Sadhana is spiritual practice. Really speaking, the meaning of the word sadhana is not spiritual practice. The meaning is sadhana means means. Sadhana means means. Sadhanam means what? In English, the word means is also means and means. Means, it means what? It means MEANS, means instrument. Sadhana means instrument. So when I say sadhana, you can see what it is actually telling. This is the actual instrument and vehicle of my spiritual progress. The very word sadhana, even though we translate sadhana as spiritual practice, the Sanskrit meaning of the word sadhana is not spiritual practice. The Sanskrit meaning is what? It is a means, it is an instrument, it is a vehicle. It is through which, by which, we say, is it not? By which, through which, by which I travel, through which I go. Suppose I want to go from here, let us say to somewhere, I'm in Cochin. Suppose I want to go to, let us say, some place nearby. I would take a bus. So bus becomes sadhana. Right? Suppose I want to just walk from here to the Annakshetra. I don't have to have a bus for that. It's here, just here, it is outside, it is there. I just have to use my legs and walk. Now, legs become sadhana. The word sadhana does not mean anything specific. The word sadhana means instrument, means by which I reach. That is called sadhana. So by the very fact of sadhana, you can see the importance of by which I can accomplish my spiritual goals. What are those? Now the beauty of Sanatana Dharma is freedom. That's a beauty. You decide what is your sadhana. That's the beauty. You decide. What is the sadhana? You decide. Now, Swamiji, give me some choice for me to decide. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says beautifully. I think some of you may know if you have studied Upadesha Sara. Kaya Vangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kramat. So he gives us three sadhanas. You can choose whatever you want. In one of them, you have to bring the body to action. Okay? Body, kaya. Kaya means body. In another, you have to bring your speech to action. Vak means speech. In another, you have to bring your mind to action. Some people, when they hear this, they think that for one I have to use body, for another I have to use speech, for another I have to use mind. That means what? For kaya and vak, I don't have to use mind. The sadhana which I take up through my, I don't have to use my mind. No, it doesn't that. You have to use mind everywhere. You can't be mindless. You have to use your mind everywhere. But the beauty is that in the first, what you take up through the body is uniquely used for enabling that sadhana. In the second, the speech is uniquely used to enable that sadhana. And in the third, the mind is used to enable that sadhana. This kaya, vak, mana, body, speech, and mind, these are called the three karana, the three means, the three instruments that we possess. Anything we do through these. So what is the sadhana which we take up through the body? What we take up through the body, the sadhana, remember, for that also mind is there, for that also speech is there. But what is unique there is the body. What we take up through that is called puja. Puja is a sadhana we take up through the body. So what do you do in puja? It's not that you are new to puja. It's not that you don't understand what is puja. You know what is puja. But what is the whole philosophy behind that puja? Whole philosophy is that I connect to God in a very concrete manner. I connect to God. In puja, we take Bhagavan as a guest, Bhagavan as a friend, whatever you want to say, but we are inviting Bhagavan. So that's called avahanam. And once you have that avahana, you invoke Bhagavan. Bhagavan, please be seated, asana. Now Bhagavan, somebody comes to our house, what do? We nowadays I don't know we do that, but earlier when people used to walk and come and all those things, we have to wash their feet. The feet has to be washed. Right? They wash their feet. Now here with Bhagavan, we wash the feet of Bhagavan. That becomes padyam. Then we wash our hand, argyam. Then we give some water to drink, achamanam. You see, the various steps of puja, what is it actually? We are concretely connecting with God. In other words, the presence of God is being felt. If it is mechanically done, it can't be puja. The presence of God is felt. I keep God as so close to me. I connect with God in a very personal manner. As a Bhagavan who is coming to my house, as my friend who is coming to my house. And every day I do this. Then imagine what happens. Then my feeling, my connection, my touch with God becomes stronger and stronger. Every sadhana you will find has got one purpose. The presence of God is made deeper in one's life. That is the purpose of all sadhana. You have the Shodasha Upachara Puja, the 16 steps. Shodasha Upachara Puja. Sometimes, it becomes big. Then what happens? There is something called as Panchopachara Puja, which is very short. Instead of 16 steps, you have 5 steps. Gandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya, 5 steps only. Gandha is fragrance. So we have agarbatti, gandha. Pushpa is flower. Dhupa is light. Dhupa is light. Gandha is fragrance. Pushpa is flower. Dhupa is agarbatti, whatever. Deepa is light. Naivedya is what we offer. In whatever be the steps, my dear friends, in puja, what is being established is a very concrete manner by which I connect with God is established. That is puja. Now go to the next one. That's called japa. Japa. What is japa? Japa is what? Japa is chanting the name of the Lord. So when you chant the name of the Lord, again everything has to be consciously done. Okay, nothing should be done in a mechanical, way where sometimes we take japamala and then we do japa, and by the time we finish japa, the mala is over. Then we see, wow, I did japa, mala is over, but our mind was not there. We are all doing likita japa, the name of the Lord, the name of our Pujya Gurudev. Now, when we do likita japa, again consciously we do. Every step is consciously done. Only then it becomes part of our sadhana, actual sadhana. Otherwise, it's just mechanically done. Something is better than nothing, they say. But something is better than nothing, they say. That is good. Something is better than nothing. But sometimes I have also heard nothing is better than nonsense. Something is better than nothing, but nothing is better than nonsense. Of course, we are not doing nonsense. Let us do whatever we are doing very, very consciously, very, very deeply, with the involvement of our heart, with the involvement of our feeling. Let that sadhana that we do change our contours from within. Let our thinking process be God-oriented. Let our thoughts invoke the divine in our hearts. Okay? Japa is a very, very effective means. Why japa is a very effective means? For japa, usually we use, when we say what we use, right? We say with our japa, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha, whatever japa we are doing, we say with our speech. Of course, we can also write. That becomes also, then it becomes the usage of our body also. But even when we do that, we should utter it. Whatever japa, likita japa we are doing, we utter it also. In fact, we are doing likita japa so that our mind, our speech are focused. We are taking help of our body so that we can focus, so that consciously we can do. So either you can verbally chant whatever you are writing, or you can also mentally chant. Both ways is fine. But that should happen continuously as we write. Otherwise, it is not japa. Okay? Otherwise, it is not japa. You are writing, but along with it, that speech should be involved. That mind should be involved. Then it becomes japa. So that is japa. So puja, japa, and the last one is what? Pujanam japas chintanam kramat. Chintanam is dhyana. One can take the form of the Lord, and in our heart we can see that Lord. Okay? We can see that Lord. If a guru, then see the form of the guru. So with the mind you are doing it, that becomes dhyana. Now suppose this is with the form, rupa, guna, but sometimes it can be arupa also, without formless also, where we say, Bhagavan, you alone are everything and you are beyond everything. You are beyond all these forms. That way also you can do. And you can, Bhagavan, you are everything, as though Bhagavan is everything and you are left out alone. You put yourself also into Bhagavan. Don't keep yourself as separate and then Bhagavan is separate. Put yourself. Don't limit Bhagavan. You cannot say, Bhagavan, you are everything except me. That ego of oneself also you put inside Bhagavan. Dissolve yourself in the Lord. Right? Dissolve yourself. Now that becomes a very, very mighty worship. So whether you do puja, whether you do japa, whether you do dhyana, in all of them, let the mind, let the heart, let everything be involved. Let it be consciously done. So every day, depending upon one's inclination, even if you want all the three, or two, or one, Depending on what is your inclination, you can choose your sadhana and you can practice it. Okay, this is the first one, which is what is the first one? All these three, they called as sadhana. Okay, sadhana. In the sadhana, what are the three? Puja, japa, and dhyana. Puja, what you uniquely bring in puja? You bring the body into play. You do puja, everything, archana, you collect flowers, all these things, body is involved. And japa, what is uniquely involved? Speech is involved. That is unique about it. And for dhyana, what is uniquely involved? What is involved? The mind is involved. But doesn't mean that for japa and puja, mind is not involved. Bhava is involved. Bhava is a mind. Feelings are involved. A mind is always involved. You cannot do anything without the mind. You cannot do it unconsciously, mechanically. Mind is involved. In japa also, mind is involved. In puja, speech is involved because archana and all those things you are chanting is there, is involved. In dhyana, mind alone is involved. Okay? So this way, choose the sadhana according to your interest. All right, now we go to the second yes. Are you ready for the second yes? Yes, the second yes is what? The second yes is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya. I think Swadhyaya, the importance our Pujya Gurudev gave for Swadhyaya is infinite. See, those days when Pujya Gurudev used to go to different places and have the lectures and Bhagavad Gita and all of them, I'm sure those of you who belong to those times of Pujya Gurudev will always remember after those lectures, 7 days or even 10 days or whatever be the number of days of the lectures, Gurudev would say at the last day, he would take a promise from all of us. What was the promise you take? Every day you must study 2 verses. I remember 2, I remember 3, but I don't remember lesser than 2 or 3. Sometimes I heard him saying 2, sometimes I heard him saying 3. Every day you study 3 verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever be the text, suppose he used to take Atmabodha, then Atmabodha, who would say, whatever text, and what Gurudev would do at that time, initially, since he would go again to that place after probably a year or so, he would set up in that place to ensure that all of them are getting together to weekly study and discuss the text which has been covered. And if somebody writes, we have already completed a text, he would say, go through it once more. Like that, week after week, people would assemble, which later on became what is known as study groups. And later on, a syllabus also was prepared for study groups. And study gives clarity. Study corrects the thinking process. Okay? Swadhyaya gives purity of mind. Swadhyaya. Sadhana gives purity of mind. Sadhana gives purity of mind because you're connecting with God. Swadhyaya gives clarity of intellect. It's not that these are all watertight, because purity of mind will also bring clarity of thinking. Clarity of thinking will also give purity of mind. But nevertheless, predominantly, what do they create? Sadhana gives the purity of mind. Swadhyaya gives the clarity in the intellect. Clarity. And purity and clarity is spiritual life. Clarity is spiritual life. If your life, you can say purity plus clarity is equal to spirituality. Purity plus clarity. Clarity of thinking comes through Swadhyaya. Please do that. And when I say study, it's not just book study, it's also listening. What are we doing now? We are also doing Swadhyaya only. Listening is also Swadhyaya. Wherever you are thinking, you are using your thinking process. Wherever you are alert and then learning and understanding. And remember, understand and then stand under, okay? Swamiji, I study Bhagavad Gita. Why do I study Bhagavad Gita? To impress someone. What is it? Wasting your time. I'm studying. Why? So that I can tell someone. Yes, you can tell, you should tell. I'm not saying no. But what is more important is that allow that knowledge to transform. I remember this beautiful anecdote of Pujya Gurudev. One elderly person, one elderly Amma went to Gurudev and said with lot of pride, I have gone through the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita 18 times. Then Gurudev just quietly asked her, Amma, has the Bhagavad Gita gone through you once? This is not a criticism. It is not a criticism. But please remember, study is so that we become steady. S-T-A-D-Y. All understanding is for us to stand under. Stand under what? Stand under that understanding. That knowledge should be the umbrella of our life. What do you mean umbrella of life? Umbrella for life. In rain, just as how you carry an umbrella and protect yourself. In sun, how you carry an umbrella and protect yourself. Knowledge should protect us. Clarity of thinking should protect us. Clarity of thinking changes the very contour of our thought. And purity of mind strengthens that clarity. Purity of mind makes us practice that clarity. If impurity is there, you cannot practice your clarity of thought. What you know is one thing, but what your life is totally different. Why? Purity is not there. With purity is there, and then you get clarity, then the clarity you will be able to practice. Okay? That is the importance of Swadhyaya. Purity is important. Clarity is also important. Clarity is important. Purity also is important. Both of them come together. Like how two hands join together and then you can clap, is it not? Spiritual life is made by purity and clarity coming together and clapping. Purity by sadhana, clarity by Swadhyaya. Get them together. Alright? So Swadhyaya. I cannot tell more. I can keep on speaking about Swadhyaya, but please understand there is a what Swamiji, what should I understand? I should understand that every day I need to do that. The Veda says Swadhyayo Adhyetavya. Every day one should study the portion of the Veda. Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam is the very first line of Bhagavan Shankaracharya's teaching in Sadhana Panchakam. Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam. Daily study the Veda. Daily study the Veda. Veda. Daily ensure that you are connected to the spiritual wisdom. Okay? So that is a second yes. Okay? Swamiji, can you tell more about Swadhyaya? More about Swadhyaya is only one. Every day you study, don't drop it. That is most important. What more can I tell about that? Okay? Swadhyaya is as much important to your spiritual health as food is important to your physical health. A nutritious food, right? A healthy body. What you bring to your understanding will play that important role of constructing your true thinking, right thinking. Because a person is what he thinks, she thinks. Sattvanurupa sarvasya shraddha bhavati bharata. Remember, according to the mind, so the conviction. As per the conviction, so the goal. So mind, intellect, how it is, that is very important. If that goes wrong, everything will go wrong. In Tamil, we have a small proverb, we say, Buddhikku tagunda sugam. Buddhiki tagunda sugam, meaning a person's happiness depends upon as much as his thinking process is correct. Okay? All right. So this is the second yes. Now let me go to the third yes. The third yes is Seva. Swamiji, why are you speaking that Seva? Why are you saying it is so important that Seva? Third yes, you made it one of the yes. Why? Because why is Seva so important? Seva is so important because we are always thinking only about ourselves. That is that correction cannot be changed in just thinking only. We have to give an opportunity where we see joy in the joy of others, where we see fulfillment in the happiness of others, where we feel productive by doing something useful for someone else. Do you know why people marry? What, Swami? Why people marry? Do you know why people? Suddenly you're telling why people marry. I'm telling the Shastra way of Shastra why people marry. The Shastra reason why somebody marries is to forget the individuality. That is the Shastra. That is why it is called samskara, purification. Why purification? If a person is married, say a man, woman, they are married, then what is the thinking? The other person's joy is my joy. That is how marriage should be, okay? I have to take joy from the other person to myself. No. Joy of the other person is my joy. You see, in all good families, strong families, you'll find each one feeling that the joy of the other is their own joy. It's a strong family. So first the person is married. Why? The other person's joy becomes my joy. That means what is happening? You are expanding yourself, you see. Well, the final ultimate truth is the whole world is myself. But how do we come to that? You have to start with small steps, is it not? They say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Seva is that. Seva is an opportunity to expand ourselves. Not expand the ego. Self is not the ego. The self is a true self. Seva is an opportunity to expand your true nature, to see the world as yourself, and finally embrace the whole world. I remember a very interesting anecdote which Guruji used to say. It seemed that somebody went to Balganga Tilak's home. One youngster went to Balganga Tilak's home. The great Balganga Tilakji, okay, went to his home and was searching in the home something. Youngster going to the home and searching in his home something. So he was wondering, Balganga Tilakji wondering, what is he searching? That boy, that youngster asked, where is the puja room? Where is the puja room? Tilakji said, I will show you my puja room. Come. He took him to the terrace and then pointed out to the streets, the people, and said, look, this is my puja room. You see? This is my puja room. You see? Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam. Considering the world as God and serving. Okay? Now, Swamiji, now what should I do now? I am in my home, I should go out and... Seva will come. Any way you find to make somebody happy, that is Seva. Okay? Any way you find. You add a smile to somebody's, that is Seva. When you stop thinking of yourself, your happiness as happy, actual only happiness, that when you stop thinking, that is Seva. Seva is a method to make this happen. Now, Swamiji, then what should I do? You please tell me. Any number of ways I can tell you, but we all had a ready opportunity for Seva. Because we are all part of an organization which is involved in n number of Seva. The highest Seva being Jnana Seva. There's a beautiful line in Subhashita which is there. Annadanam mahaddanam. Annadanam mahaddanam. You understand this, right? Annadanam mahaddanam. Vidyadanam mahattaraha. Vidyadanam mahattaraha. Annadana, the giving of food, the serving of food is good. The giving of knowledge is greater. Chinmaya mission, Pujya Gurudev established not just for giving knowledge, for giving the highest of knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom. Of course, so many other projects are also there, but the highest seva anybody can do is to give this, share the knowledge, and the highest knowledge being spiritual knowledge. The organization is non-stop. Whether it's Bala Vihara, Yuva Kendra, Devi group or study group or any number of ways. Now they have started Garbha Samskar. Somebody, a child is still in the mother's womb, still there itself, how you can impact with this spiritual wisdom. Swaranjali, the devotion aspect. Meaning, n number of ways the organization is involved, and you are also part of the organization, all of you are part of it. Find out ways by which you can support and be part of it. And remember, support is not only money. Support is your energy, your thinking, your being part of it. You taking a study class, you attending a study class first. Once you change yourself, only you. Meaning, all that we are involved in, let us keep at it. This is Swadhyaya. This is Seva. What did I say? Swadhyaya. This is Seva. This is a third yes. And all these things should be part and parcel if you want to really say it is spiritual life. Okay? It should be part of the day. It should be part of the week. It should be part, all the three. Sadhana, Swadhyaya, Seva. Should be part. You find your ways how to make it. Somebody, I should do sadhana in the morning or evening or after, according to what is possible for you, according to your lifestyle, according to your ways. When should I study? You find out your ways to study. What should I study? The whole list is there, what to study, how to study, etc. Go through that. Join the study classes. Online, offline, everything, whatever online it is there, now you join. But only make it your lifeline. Whether it is offline or online, it doesn't matter. Let it be your lifeline. Let it be. That way, keep walking. Pujya Gurudev's grace and blessings with us. We are all blessed to be under the umbrella of such a great Mahatma. Let us walk. Let us use this God-given opportunity and truly become fulfilled. Okay? Right? So, what did you see? Life. Life is what? Series of experiences. How does it become spiritual life? When the goal is spiritual, it becomes spiritual life. Okay? And what are the three S's of spiritual life? Sadhana, Swadhyaya, Seva. What does sadhana give? Purity. What does Swadhyaya give? Clarity. What does Seva give? Seva breaks the limitation of I being an individual. Okay? All of them together. We use it as means for reaching the highest. Thank you all very much. I'm very, very delighted to be part of this session with all of you. It has been an enjoyable experience sharing these thoughts, and I think, I'm not sure if time is there for taking questions. I leave it to the team. I congratulate the entire Chinmaya Mission Mumbai and all the team of devoted volunteers who are serving, and each and every one of you who are part of this Jnana Yagna, Japa Yagna, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi, Bhagavan Sri Krishna would say. And hearty congratulations to each and every one of you for walking this spiritual path. Wish you all the best, always. Lots of loving regards. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om Swamiji. We can take a couple of questions there if anyone has. If you have a question, please raise your hand so that we can spotlight you as well. just to add to what Swamiji said about purity, clarity, and Seva, I would just add on to it, is an opportunity to be able to serve and spread happiness. So I would like to make a few announcements, Swamiji, with your permissions. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So the first one is about the Sandipani course.
Are you hearing the audio? I'm not hearing the audio.
Anantaji audio.
Sorry, audio was not there.
Anantaji, even now the audio is not there.
Sorry, you're not able to hear the audio.
No, Anantaji.
Anantaji, can I just say then?
Yeah.
That will become easier. I think the audio is not playing. That's okay. I shall give a short idea what it is. One of the most important or the very foundation of Chinmaya mission in Pujya Gurudev's.
The biggest contribution of Pujya.
Yeah. I think audio is playing now. I think you can go ahead.
One of the biggest contribution of Pujya Gurudev Swami
Where is the
Chinmaya
video?
to not only the spiritual world but the world at large is the Sandipani Sadhanalaya.
Anantaji video. Screen share, please. Screen share.
Here, young seekers the biggest contribution of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmaya to not only the spiritual world but the world at large is the Sandipani Sadhanalaya, where sincere young seekers can come and study in depth the scriptures of Vedanta and have an opportunity to do their sadhana and develop themselves and be inspired to serve the world. The 19th Sandipani Vedanta course in English at Powai, Mumbai will be starting on 15th January, Makar Sankranti, and I invite as well as encourage many of you to spread the word as well as join this most fulfilling Vedanta course.
Swamiji would like to speak more on this.
All I can say is that those who join this course are very, very blessed. If anyone among you is keen to join this Vedanta course, please, you are most welcome. And this is a very, as Swamiji was telling, Pujya Swamiji was telling, very foundation. So somebody who is very keen to walk the spiritual path, who would like to study the scriptures in depth, who would like to serve and then walk the path to the divine in a very committed way, for them this is a very, very ideal program. In 2 years, you get the complete, how could I say complete? Yes, In 2 years, you get a very, very vast, deep entry into the scriptural wisdom. This is where all the Swamis, Brahmacharis and all are trained of Chinmaya mission. So youngsters below the age of 32, probably a little bit here and there, not a problem. But youngsters who are really keen, you're most welcome to join the Vedanta course. It has there's nothing like, man, woman, or, nothing of that nature. Everyone is welcome. What you can probably, all of you can do is this. Yes, you may say, Swamiji, I don't come in that age bracket, and probably I may not, that's a different matter. But what you can do, all of you can do, must do, whatever I can say, must do, should do, anything I can say is this: share information widely. Ensure in your contacts this information goes. And when you share the information, also ensure that you tell them you also share. Because the one for this knowledge is meant is waiting somewhere. It may be you, I'm not saying, but there are people who seek such depth knowledge and wisdom and want to walk the spiritual path. They really do not know where to go, where to find this knowledge, who can guide them. It's all in the Gurukula established by Gurudev. This is a very, very foundation of the spiritual knowledge. Generations, like, you have parampara, is it not parampara? In your home, you have parampara. Like that, knowledge also has got a parampara. Okay, join and help in this parampara. Share information. Information sharing is our responsibility. Inspiration is God's responsibility. Okay, do that. Please share widely.
Smitaji is having a question. If I can ask Smitaji to unmute and ask.
आ रहा है मेरा आवाज?
हाँ.
हिंदी में बोल सकती हूँ स्वामी जी?
हाँ, बोल सकते हैं. आप बोल सकते हैं. मेरा हिंदी तो टूटा फूटा है, लेकिन हिंदी समझ सकता हूँ. आप बोल सकते हैं.
मेरा इंग्लिश टूटा फूटा है, इसलिए मैं हिंदी में
आप बोलिए.
हमारे जीवन में साधन चतुष्टय, सद्गुरु और सत्संग, ये मैंने सोचा था 3 years के लिए. तो ये जो कोर्स हम अनाउंस किया है, ये हम लोग तो ज्वाइन नहीं हो पाएंगे, एज का ये है तो, पर सत्संग हमें मिल पाएगा क्या? वो जो शाम को एक क्लास रहता था हमारे टाइम, जो 17 बैच में हम लोग
हाँ, अभी भी है.
तो वो हम लोग के लिए पूरा रहेगा सत्संग?
हाँ, जरूर है.
जी, बिल्कुल वही मुझे पूछना था. थैंक यू.
जरूर सत्संग है.
जी.
Hindi may be, there's a Sandipni course is also going to be in Hindi also, in Siddhabari. January, English batch starts. May 8th, the Hindi batch starts. So if somebody wants to do the Vedanta course in Hindi, please direct them to Siddhabari, Hindi, Sandipni Himalayas, Siddhabari, Himachal Pradesh.
Viduji has raised a hand. Viduji, maybe you can.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om.
This is a wonderful session, a great formula provided in terms of 3 years. However, one doubt is still there. What is the method to assess our own purity of mind and clarity of intellect on an ongoing basis? If you can give some tips around it. Hari Om.
See, purity and clarity, all these things, will start manifesting as the Sadhana Chatushtaya. You must be knowing the Sadhana Chatushtaya, right? Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampatti, Mukshutva. It will manifest as this. Chitta Shuddhi, purity of mind. Chitta Ekagrata, clarity or focus. It will lead to Sadhana Chatushtaya. So if you want to know the progress, check the Sadhana Chatushtaya. That becomes a litmus test. In Sadhana Chatushtaya also, check the desirelessness, selfishlessness, or what they call selflessness. So that is the litmus test. So if you see, still the mind is wanting this and that of the world, that means there is still a problem. The lesser you want, In other words, the lesser the material propensity, the higher the spiritual propensity, then it is going fine. But nevertheless, I may also say one thing. Nevertheless, don't keep on thinking about all these things. Just keep walking. Okay? Because the ego has various ways of asserting itself. One of them is to find how much I'm progressing in spirituality. That becomes a spiritual ego. So yes, we should know where we are, whether our mind is maturing and all, but God is there. We just keep walking. It's His job. Walk is our job. To take care of us is His job.
Got it. Thank you so much. Hari Om.
Yes, Hari Om.
Yeah, and in the interest of time, we'll just limit it to one more question. Jayanti Ramamurthy ji, maybe you can unmute yourself and quickly. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Smita ji mentioned something about the satsang in the evening time during the Vedanta course. I would like to know from what time to what time, and will it be throughout during the 2 years?
Yeah, it will be throughout.
Dealing with it during that time.
7 to 8 will be the satsang. During satsang, you can also join for the aarti in Jagdishwara Mandir. 6:30 is the aarti. Up to 6:50 the aarti will go. Then afterwards we start Guru Stotra, and some stotras will be there, followed by some bhajans. Around 7:15, 7:20 or 7:30, whatever be the time, then satsang will be there. So in satsangs we will also cover the meanings of various stotras. Then we'll also take up some very, very good text, Narada Bhakti Sutra, Bhagavata, some portions of Ramayana also. Meaning, it'll be a slew of various bhakti granthas will be there.
This will be through the Zoom link. We'll be provided with the Zoom link if we are interested. How do we get through?
No, this is a residential program.
Yeah, but she was talking about something which will be available to the public in general for the evening satsang.
Not the Sandipani.
It's only for the...
No, but you know, Chinmaya Mission has plenty of opportunities to study and everything. Sandipani is a program for residential program. Otherwise, there are so many programs online and all.
Yeah, camps are there. I know I've attended many in Kolvan, in CIF also.
Yes.
I was thinking during the Vedanta course also, evening time, 1 hour, probably you allow everybody to join.
That's a residential program.
From what she said.
No, this is a residential program.
Okay.
It's strictly residential because we are training so many things there.
Okay. Thank you. I understood it properly.
If you are in Mumbai, you can join the satsangs directly. If you are in Mumbai.
I am in Mumbai.
Then you can join. You can come to Sandipani.
Okay.
Most welcome.
But unless I register as a course member.
No, not required. Satsang, anybody though. Public, welcome. Public is welcome for satsang.
Okay. And there was a previous question as to how do we assess or progress in the spiritual field.
I think the earlier question also was the same. I answered that.
Yeah. That in that question also, I just wanted to add that we feel that we are very much, desireless and this, and we are able to do everything the way we have studied. But all this comes to test when there are trying situations in life.
Correct.
I lost my husband 8 months back.
Very true.
And that was the time when I actually realized if I'm able to apply what I studied.
Correct.
You must be knowing my husband is Mr. Ramamurthy. He's been coming to CIF very often.
Right.
I am his wife. He died all of a sudden.
Right.
January. And it took me at least 4 months to come out of the whole thing. Now I am pursuing Gita teaching and going for Paduka Puja, everything. And I've almost come back to normal.
Yes.
But it takes some time, knowing fully well that I'm not supposed to grieve. I was not able to do it.
You see, these kind of sorrows are very difficult sorrows, and it does take its quantum of time. That you could come out itself is a big thing.
And only Gurudev brought me out of it with the Paduka Puja and
the
Gita. I have adopted a school for Gita teaching.
Good, Amma. Very good.
Every day, 4-5 hours.
Very good. Very good.
And I take Balavihar classes, 2 Balavihar classes.
Very good.
I attend Bhagavad Gita class of Prasad Devle. I
Very good.
attend Narayaniyam, Bhagavatam, everything, and keep myself back to back. Totally
Wonderful. Yes. Please do that and take your mind to God and move it to a higher direction. And remember, whoever we think as person, no, husband, wife, children, whatever, is finally God who is in that person. Actually, we actually our love is for God, because if life is not there, if consciousness is not there, then whom will we love? The very life is an expression of God, you see. So please take your mind towards the higher, and I'm very happy you could, in a few months at least you could come, and please keep my loving wishes and prayers, Amma.
And just to announce that in Adi Shankara Nilayam Ernakulam, we are having this Brahma Sutra 2 Advaita Vedanta Immersive Camp coming up from the 25th of December to 31st of December. You can get more information about this on the chickinfo.org website, as well as on the phone numbers mentioned on the flyer here. To add to this, we have a lot of Swadhyaya series which are available on the Chickinfo home study courses. So just a brief roadmap around this is that there are a lot of programs that are available on the Chickinfo website, which you can individually follow up, even though you don't have to go into the complete Foundation Vedanta course or the Advanced Vedanta course, but you can choose to pick up any of these topics that are mentioned here. And there will be a very properly guided guided course. There is a material on that. There are a lot of audiovisual contents around it, followed by question and answers, which help you to progress through the topic one by one. And there are a lot of Sanskrit courses also that are available on the Chickinfo website. And one of the most beautiful things about the Chickinfo website is this Shravana Mangalam, in which a lot of audiovisual topics are available for you to browse through. You can enjoy them at your own pace. You can listen to them multiple times, and you can subscribe to them and make it part of your own life. We strongly recommend you to follow the chickinfo.org website yourself, as well as please recommend it to your near and dear ones to log into these websites and take the benefit of various ways of doing Swadhyaya. This is one of the crucial things that Chinmaya Mission International Foundation is right now doing. And last but not the least, I would like to call upon Sujata Murliji to quickly tell about the 1008 Chinmaya Paduka Pujas that is being organized as a part of the 108 birthday celebrations of Puja Gurudev. And then we can hand it over to Usha Obraniji for the concluding prayers. Thank you, Swamiji. Swetaji.
Yeah, thank you, Swamiji, for the talk. You had mentioned about sadhana, so you had explained about puja and the sadhana. So this is what is one of the other sankalp that we have for the 108th year. So there is a sankalp to do at least one Paduka puja every day at Gurudev's Kutia at Chinmaya Pradeep in Powai. And this is from the period 3rd August to 8th May. 3rd August being, we call it the Sadhana Day, and 8th May Seva Day. So we have the opportunity to either go there physically and do the puja there, or watch it online. We have a dedicated Sevika who is doing the puja, so we can register. The link is also there. I will post it on the chat also. And so they can register, and in their name, and donation is optional. If you want, you can give. There's no compulsion, or whatever you want, you can give. There's no fixed amount. So this is very helpful for all those who are not in Mumbai or not in India also. You can do it from outside the country or outside the city. Apart from that, we also have each zone. If you know, Mumbai is divided into 8 zones. So in every zone also, they have undertaken doing 108 padukas. So every zone does 108, and Pradeep every day during this period. So we are completing 1008 in this way. You can contact your zonal coordinator, anyone in your zone. If you don't know, you can ask any Chinmaya Mission member. They will help you to contact that person. That is all. Please register. Thank you. Over to Usha ji.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
Hari Om.
Muji, thank you very
Hari
much
Om.
for your
Hari
time.
Om. Hari Om.
Thank you, everyone.
Hari Om.